thanks for watching. This is part 2 of our smart strategies to buy the right house for you. We're going to talk today about buying smart. Really kind of more of the fundamental principles on buying smart, whether it's a hot market or a slow market. These principles are the same and they stay consistent. At the end of the day, our job is to teach you how to do this. It's one of the values that we take a lot of pride in here at RE/MAX Leading Edge and with the Bill Butler Group. So how can you buy smart? What is buying smart? Well, it's not falling for the cosmetics and what you see in Pinterest and all the home improvement shows. You know, buying smart is buying good location, obviously, flow, light, amenities, and space for the price. Buying a home that has good systems, homes that you could tell has been well cared for, that may not be all laid out in hip and trendy colors and stainless steel and granite. If you can see past kind of clutter, outdated stuff, you stand a really good chance to buy into a property with more equity that you can build, once you've done some cosmetic overhauls. A question I always ask my buyers is, would you rather build equity or buy it? If you build it, it's obviously costs much less. There's much more margin for you. Studies indicate that buyers purchase emotionally and justify their decision logically for anything. Can you think of a time, last time you made a big purchase, where obviously there was an emotional reason why you did it, and then later you started justifying it logically, right? Well, we want to help you recognize the emotions you're employing in your buying decision so you don't overlook a good match of a property that meets your needs, right? We want to make sure we're just kind of be that, that consultant over your shoulder, right? And just making sure you're keeping everything in check. I always tell my clients, you're not allowed to fall in love with a property until you have the keys in your hand and it's closed, for lots of reasons. Number one, it clouds your judgment. Number two, it weakens your negotiation position. Anecdotally, buyers overlook good properties when it's raining. We see this all the time, or a really good property that they see at night, especially during the winter if I'm showing property after work and it's dark outside. Sometimes buyers miss out on a really good property just because maybe the seller has a few burnt out light bulbs and it's dark in there, or if it's raining outside, people aren't in a good mood. Buyers don't bond with a good house if the seller is home, obviously. It's kind of awkward, a little bit creepy. There's no way you're going to get comfortable the way you should with any property, any buying decision you make, if somebody who is living there is giving you a tour or is home. When the house is empty or cluttered, it seems much smaller than when it's beautifully appointed, so buyers often overlook a good match that isn't staged. And, if you've ever noticed, you ever bought a house before, if you ever rented a place, you might have taken a look at it and there was furniture in it and it, looked like a good size, and then come in moving day and it's empty and you're like, gosh, I remember this place being a lot bigger than it was. Well, that's simply just because it's empty, and it's counterintuitive, but homes or rooms that are empty look much smaller than ones that have furniture in it. Same thing if you've ever been in a house that's being framed that isn't finished yet, looks much smaller than when all the rooms are put together. We can teach you to build equity. We want you to develop real good real estate vision. Don't fall for the decorating, the trendy colors, the Pinterest accents, and the what we call the clean smell of Lemon Pledge. Remember, this house comes empty. Now, obviously, we're not telling you not to buy a really nice house, right? We just want to share with you that some of the best bargains in the market are those that don't show well. Homes that aren't clean, picked up, decluttered, painted, hip, trendy colors like we talked about. These often sell for less than it would take to make them look great, versus the price of that gorgeous house. I know buyers don't realize how much more they pay for homes that are cosmetically appealing. Which leads us to the dirty little secret, right? You should know what we tell sellers about buyers, okay? See, buyers are shallow, right? Don't take offense to this. But most buyers are very shallow. They don't pay attention to the important things. They pay attention to stainless steel, granite counters, hardwood floors, landscaping. They don't pay attention to windows, roofs, systems, right? Most buyers, now there are some that get it, but most buy emotionally and make these buying decisions based on the paint, the furniture, and the staging. That's why we tell sellers, if they have an older kitchen that's got Formica countertops and oak cabinets, to drop in a stone countertop, granite countertop, in a typical 1,500 square foot home here in Melrose. Won't cost you more than $1,500. Drop in some hardware on the cabinets and paint the cabinets white. And if they have older appliances, spend the money on stainless steel. Because if you paint the cabinets, you drop in granite, stainless steel appliances, looking at a $5,000 remodel, that they will see easily a 5 times return on that investment. The wallpaper must die. Right. Well, obviously, if we're walking in a house that has lovely wallpaper, again, our emotional attachment to it in most cases is not going to be there. We must see past that, right? Wallpaper can be, with horsehair plaster walls, a pain in the neck to remove. You may need professional help. Otherwise, it's something that can be done in a weekend, right? Or for very inexpensively with painters. But what a difference that makes. Same kitchen, painted the cabinets, and put in a new sink and a faucet, and painted the walls. They didn't even get new appliances. But what a difference. Here, just taking off the screen door and painting it. If you see a house like that up on the top, run. Run to it. Don't walk, right? People ask us, where do we see the biggest return if they're selling their home? And I always tell them, paint and landscaping. Here, paint, some new lights, getting rid of drapes, little staging. Huge difference. Huge difference. Look at the difference between, just painting the trim, painting the walls, and some staging. I mean, you're right there, the bottom picture there, you're looking at a difference of, some new lights as well, but those aren't expensive. You're looking at, I don't know, maybe at $1,500 for that, to paint that room. Probably $500 to paint the room. You got some new lights, and then the staging. Here, painting the cabinets, new hardware, new stone counter. You got granite counter there. Put in a hardwood floor. Got rid of that ugly light above the sink. Getting rid of the ceiling fans. Right? Right here, you're looking at, with the floor, a little bit more expensive, probably a $7,500 remodel, but, something that a buyer would pay financing wrapped into a loan, an extra $20,000 at least. Same thing here. Just don't overlook the wallpaper. Embrace it. Run to it. You will end up with a much better equity position. Same thing here. Here, basic new sink, new painted the cabinets. Kept the same vanity, just painted it. New hardware. And another thing that we're doing is I have a lot of buyers who are taking, you've got kind of the tan tile here, the seafoam green or the pink, and painting it with electrostatic paint. So this is paint specifically for ceramic tile that lasts 10 years on the wall and 5 years in your tub. So if you have a pink tub, you don't need to spend, $1,500, $2,000 on a new tub. Just spend $500 painting the whole bathroom, painting the floor even. They're painting the tile floor as well. They did it in this photo. Electrostatic paint. Other best deals are people that have over improved. So these are properties that are completely done with top of the line fixtures, craftsmanship details, and appliances. But they've over invested, right? It's a $500,000 home, but they've got, JennAir and Wolf appliances. They'll never get their money back on those. Those are good buys too. It's not unusual for buyers to place a much higher figure on the cost of doing a home over than it actually costs, right? That's what we've talked about. All of these, cosmetic issues can be easily solved. Refreshing kitchens and baths. We tell sellers that's where you start. So if you see a home that needs refreshed kitchens and baths, as a buyer, you should be seeing an opportunity. And if you don't have the cash to do it after you purchase, there are special loan programs that we can use where you can finance the cost to redo these things. Additionally, if you there are different ways we can write up offers that will minimize your upfront costs when buying a house. We can talk about those. If you choose to work with us, we'll show you how to buy a house with a good equity position. We can also guide you to great resources for people who can help create your dream home with your color choices and your style. So we have a team of painters, general contractors, plumbers, electricians, all do excellent work, all very reasonably priced. And that's it. Those are the fundamentals. I hope you got some value out of this. If you have any questions, please feel free. Drop me an email at bill@thebillbutlergroup.com. The next video in our series coming up is the home buying roller coaster. I love the picture of that kid. That is hysterical. We are going to talk, we're going to kind of deep dive into the process and what to expect. So have any questions, let me know. And thanks so much for watching. Take care.